like, share, or subscribe. What are you trying to do? Blow up the channel or something? I got enough on my plate.
I just have to ask you this. In truth, would you recommend that most women follow your lifestyle?
I would not say most, no.
What about your daughter?
Good to know.
My daughter would be fine living my lifestyle. I've trained her from the beginning of how to do it.
Holy.
Wait, what?
Why would you know?
Why would you want to teach my daughter to sell her?
I'm not saying she has to sell her pussy. I'm simply saying I am raising my daughters to feel empowered to make their money whatever way feels good.
That's not empowering at all.
That's your opinion.
It's not
your
empowering.
opinion.
It's fact. You know it's not empowering.
Guess what? Guess how bullied my daughters get because they're the it girls.
Because the mom is.
No.
Listen, when you're the it, you don't get bullied. And if you think that everybody else in school doesn't know what you do for a living, boy, oh boy, I had a bridge I could sell you over there in Brooklyn.
Oh, the kids have no idea what I do.
Well, eventually they will, though.
But guess what? I have empowered my daughters to come home. And because they are also little bad bitches, they're not holding on to their trauma. They're not getting eating disorders when the girls are talking about their big asses. I was getting eating disorders. I was getting all these things.
Don't say that.
Well, okay.
Don't say that.
I was not being treated well because I was raised by the good mom who we don't do this and we don't do that and that's
you don't
not
think
even
it's just because you made bad decisions? You did that
no,
yourself?
it's because I was literally. We can't go into it.
I'm not talking about that part. I mean,
read
like,
my books.
I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about like in general. You've made bad decisions, and now you're telling your daughters to continue those bad decisions.
Yeah,
no,
what's wrong with you?
No, I'm telling my daughters, you are so valuable. You put it to him. That boy wants to talk to you. Have him bring you a necklace.
This woman is someone's mother. Can you believe that? A little bit of news flash for you. Men don't want bad bitches. We don't want a bad bitch. We don't want a bitch. We want somebody that's cooperative, kind, respectful, resourceful, supportive, patient, submissive, doesn't break our chops, brings us to dinner, takes care of the como si llama. Not so hard. And if you're teaching your girls that just to talk to a woman, they should be bringing jewelry or something, where's CPS when you need them?
If you could prescribe to most women to be virtuous, or for most women to act in a way that you act, where everything is transactional, which would you prescribe in truth?
That's a complicated question. I would say, to be honest,
That's crazy.
if I had advice for blanket to every woman.
Now, let me give you the question again, so that you understand it. If you could prescribe that most women be virtuous, or most women follow a lifestyle like you follow.
So virtuous
Let them ask the question.
Stop.
Let them ask the question.
Virtuous, meaning follows chastity, temperance, all of the different, what you might consider cardinal virtues. We'll just make it easy, or philosophical virtues. Or they could follow your lifestyle of purely transactional based interactions with men, which could lead to sex that pay their bills. Which would you recommend for most women?
I would recommend my lifestyle for most women until we get to a different place in society where it would be safe for women to fall back into the more traditional way of being.
They're just going to be dodging STDs for the rest of their life.
I mean, this is a very simplistic
Unplanned pregnancies.
way.
You're just going to have abortions every 2 days.
No, they'll never be able to form an actual connection with anyone.
They're going to be too broken to even form an actual connection with a really good man.
I am loving some of the women on this particular. Way to go, Brian. You got some good ones on this podcast. I love the women, how they're reacting to her. Yeah, you're never going to find a great man to pair bond with if your value systems are this. You're teaching your children bad value systems. I don't know what she's trying to say, like, well, it's safer for women in society to have an OnlyFans page and do what they're doing. I would suggest and volunteer that it's actually unsafe. It is bad for their mental health. Long term, it is bad for people that would be offspring to these types of women because they're going to look at these women as being lesser. They had to sell their body to dirty, disgusting men that are paying for this. I don't pay to see those things because I'm a high value man. Now, I don't know other men that would be paying for that kind of stuff, but, to each his own. But I wouldn't say that, as she's saying, well, until a time that it's safe that women could return to traditional roles. I think that most women that are in traditional roles, where they are in a house that is paid for, the mortgage and the bills, the car, there's food on the table, the property taxes are paid, there's a fully funded pension or retirement coming at some point in the future, there may be a second home or a third or a fourth car in the driveway. That suggests to me a very safe lifestyle. As opposed to the nlyFans lifestyle. I don't know how you say the nlyFans lifestyle is safer than the traditional lifestyle, but I'm a moron. Don't listen to me.
Because I had an agenda with the man. I wasn't in love with the man.
You still do that to this day, though. You have an agenda with men.
I do, but when it comes to the men who I genuinely value and respect as human beings, I have no agenda other than to get to know them. That's all. I didn't have that level of maturity when I was in my young 20s. I had to grow into not in a relationship that you're going to call a marriage, your person. That should never be a transactional thing.
So how many of those men are still in your life that you value and don't
I have lots of friends and stuff in my life, men that I love.
I'm not talking about friends. I'm talking about like romantic relationships.
What do you mean?
I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
What do I mean?
They went with the Mitch Hedberg in the background. That was awesome. Great touch.
Relationships.
Well, I thought you said she didn't really have
I'll tell you this. My one friend with husband benefits right now. I have one friend who has husband benefits, and he has husband benefits because he's a great man.
What's husband benefits? Like your what does that mean?
So weren't you?
Yeah, like
isn't that anybody?
and the meal.
No, I actually don't sleep around, contrary to popular belief.
So you're with him?
What's your body count?
So you're with the guy?
I have no idea. I don't
Madison's
count.
just going for it.
I have no idea.
Do you range? Do you want to do range?
I honestly couldn't tell you. It could be okay. I could give you a range.
Yeah, range.
It could be anywhere from 50. It could be 100. I'm not really sure.
Could be 1,000.
No, it wouldn't be 1,000. I just
Never
haven't
know.
even. You guys, I lived in the whole conservative life until only 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's
So it's in 5
I don't
years.
know. That's a lot of days.
If you watched my other videos on this particular podcast with this chickie, she did the good girl thing, she said, from 18 to 33. So she can't be that much older than that now. What is she, 35, 37? That means that she jammed in 50 to 100 guys in a very small window. Wow. Very dirty. Very disgusting. Life is transactional. Relationships are transactional. Quid pro quo. You get something, I get something out of the relationship. That is all relationships. If you're processing everything that she's saying and talking about what she's teaching her daughters, she tells her daughters, don't even talk to a guy unless he's bringing you a necklace. So what she's saying about the guy with the husband benefits, that's just euphemistic nonsense that says she will sleep with a guy who's got these benefits. She's got these. Okay. She's providing benefits to this friend guy who she euphemistically says has husband benefits because she's transactional. Because if she's telling her daughters to not talk to some guy unless he's bringing you a necklace, that means that this guy is providing dinner and bills and paying for something for her, taking her out, whatever, in exchange for her body. Because that's what she does. That's what she sells. Her body for money. And her thoughts through her body for money on her page. Wow. Where is Apophis? We need to pray for this meteor to hit very fast because we have to start over as a society.